Today, I want to talk about something that trips up so many English learners, especially if you're preparing for the IELTS speaking test, TOEFL, or just trying to improve your fluency. Have you ever opened your mouth to speak English and nothing came out? Like your brain just froze and you felt stuck in silence? If that sounds familiar, you're definitely not alone. So, why does this happen? And more importantly, how can you fix it? Let's get real about what's going on in your brain when you freeze while speaking English. First, there's the stress factor. When you're under pressure, whether it's an exam, an interview, or just trying to impress someone, your brain reacts like it's in danger. It floods with stress hormones, making it harder to think clearly. And if you're a perfectionist, that just adds fuel to the fire. You want every word to be perfect, every sentence flawless, and suddenly, the pressure to be perfect makes your mind go blank. Put simply, freezing happens because your brain has too much mental load. You're juggling vocabulary, grammar, pronunciation, and the fear of making mistakes, all at once. Imagine trying to carry too many heavy bags at the same time, and then dropping them all. That overload causes your speech to stall. But here's the good news. Freezing is not a sign that you're bad at English or that you'll never get better. It's just a natural reaction to stress and overthinking. The key is learning how to manage that load and give yourself space to breathe. One practical tip I always share with my students is to use recovery phrases. These are simple phrases you can say when you feel stuck to buy yourself some thinking time and keep the conversation flowing. For example, let me rephrase that. Or, what I mean to say is, these phrases act like safety nets. They show the listener you're still engaged in thinking, even if you need a moment to find the right words. Let me share a quick story. I once worked with a student named Maya. During her IELTS speaking test, she hit a point where her mind went completely blank. She froze. But instead of panicking, she said, "Let me rephrase that," took a deep breath, and then continued smoothly. That small moment of pause gave her brain just enough space to recover. She finished the test confidently and scored well. So, what can you take away from this? Here are 3 clear tips to overcome freezing and boost your fluency. Accept that making mistakes is part of the learning process. Perfectionism only adds pressure. It's okay not to be perfect. Use recovery phrases like, "Let me rephrase that," or "Give me a moment to think," to pause without losing momentum. Practice speaking regularly, even if it's just talking to yourself or recording short answers. The more you practice, the easier it becomes to manage stress and speak naturally. Remember, fluency isn't about being perfect. It's about communicating clearly and confidently. You don't need to speak like a native to pass IELTS speaking or any English test. What matters most is trusting your voice and showing you can handle the conversation, even when it gets tough. Keep practicing, keep pushing through the fear, and don't let a freeze define your English journey. You've got this. Thanks for listening today. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with friends who might be struggling too. See you next time.